What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk, Dima Mary J Music. So as you guys know, I do love Mary J Blige in SWV. I am a 90s baby. Jodeci anybody? But man, how can I sit here and talk about the 90s without talking about my boy Jermaine Dupri, who produced the Brat, and that Funkdafied album was the truth. I mean, it was really a hip hop classic for a lot of folks, and for her to be a woman in a time where there was heavyweights out there like Snoop, Nas, Jay-Z was just getting out the box, Dr. Dre. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You had a whole bunch of other brothers out there, Keith Murray, Redman, Wu-Tang. I mean, hey, the Brat was being talked about in those same conversations in the early 90s. And it doesn't help that she has always been very attractive. I just got a simp. I mean, fine! But we know that the Brat, at least even in that time, there was always questions about the Brat's sexuality. You know, we thought that the Brat was even gay at that time, but when she pulled up dating Allen Iverson, we was like, oh, wait a minute, like the Brat was Allen Iverson, and then we found out that the Brat is bisexual, and she dates both men and women, which, like I said, I ain't got no problem with that. Stop the show. That mean I still might have a chance one of these days. But anyways, fast forward, Dima. So now she is married to Jesseca Judy Harris-Dupart, and Mrs. Dupart is a big time entrepreneur out of the Atlanta area and things like that. And the Brat is also married to her. I don't know who is. I mean, they're both wives to each other, right? But I always thought that, okay, let me get on topic, right? Because I don't know who is what in the relationship, if you get my drift. But as it seems, Jesseca Dupart already has 3 kids. The Brat wanted to have a child and is finally pregnant at 48. I didn't know this until SPK sent me this, right? Now, you see this picture here, that's her at 48. And that's Jesseca Dupart, holding her stomach and all that. Now, I want to basically read what she said here. Storytime music! I started looking at life so differently. I was like, I want a little me with you. Something special from the both of us that we can share and raise and love unconditionally. So she says that she's, she wished she would have got pregnant early on, but that didn't really happen in the way that she wanted to. And people are shocked to see the Brat pregnant. I mean, I'm very shocked also. But here's something that I want to talk about. This is going to be happening more often than not. And I believe she got pregnant through in vitro fertilization. And that's something that I want to talk about. Number one, I think I did a video about a few months ago. Black sperm is on the decline. Marriage is on the decline. And with what you see now, the world being a lot more acceptable to, the LGBTQ, bisexuality and things like that, and women wanting to raise kids on their own, this is going to be a very popular alternative method for a lot of women to have children. And of course, right now, I think most women, marriage is, if it happens, okay, but who really gives a damn about marriage, right? I'm just gonna, accomplish my goals, accomplish what I'm trying to do. And, if it happens, so be it. And if it don't, I could always have this child because I want a child. And I think that's a great thing to want to be a parent and to want to have a child. But the question that I want to ask people in general, and I want to make this bigger than the Brat or Jesseca Dupart, but do you want the child to have the best life that the child can have? Or do you want to have the child just for yourself to say that you have a child? I want to draw your attention to the 5 dirtiest cities in America. And this is something that I want to talk about. I did a story on it earlier. The 5 dirtiest cities in America are ran by Democrats. Go figure. Those cities are New Jersey, or Jersey City, New Jersey, Detroit, Michigan, San Bernardino, Newark, New Jersey, and Houston. All of these are, they have a lower quality of life in comparisons to other places. pollution, bad infrastructure, consumer satisfaction is low in these cities, okay? Now, I want to deal with this because this is very important. Because what you see also, if you were to take another poll, I would suggest that you would see, well, we have also a lot of, single moms in these places, or unmarried parents in these places. And when you look at these people and you were asked them, like, did you want to have a child for the betterment of the child's life? Or did you want to have a child because you felt like having a child? And what you're going to hear 90% of the time is, I wanted to have a child. But what is the infrastructure around these children that guarantees them the better life that they can catch up? That is something that we don't hear about. And what people do is they want to conflate, well, you know what? That's the Brat. She's a single mom and she has a child, or she's married, which the Brat is married technically. I want to be able to do that. I can go and get in vitro fertilization and have a baby because I want a child to love. But do you want the child to be successful? See, we have people who having kids because they want something to possess. And this is what you see when, fathers and moms split up. And so you have that element of, well, I'm not gonna let my child come and see you because I don't want my child around you. But it's the best situation for the child to be able to access the father. But no, I want to play these little stupid child support games and move my child here and there. And obviously this is not with the Brat or anything, but in general. But what about the child's actual safety? How is a child going to come up? What community and resources are amongst the kid? Instead of having the kid because you want to have the kid, have you built the necessary infrastructures to have a child that would do well? And we know that a lot of entertainers' kids don't do that well. Look at T.I. T.I.'s been married for I don't know how long. But I mean, is his kids gonna do well? Like Bootsy? Are you serious? There are things that children need to do very well in the world. We can deny it all we want, but to just have a child because you feel like you're ready to have a child because you know what, it's like almost never going to be time, so let me do it. But it's not fair to the kid. And Black America has been birthing kids like that for years, that as a community, we don't take care of these kids. And when you're somebody like Rihanna or the Brat, you can get away with it if you have some money. But what about the people who can't get away with it? That's the issue. And it impacts these cities all across Black America, and we sweep it under the rug because she wanted to have a child or he wanted to have a child, but they had no infrastructure. Now that child is poor. Now that child can't get anything accomplished. And then who do we blame? We blame racism. We blame everything else except for the people who had a child without being able to provide for it. So I wonder, is this child going to be born because, you know what, we want this child to have the better life, or is it just, I want to have a baby because I was getting too old? Only time will tell. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.